My name is Quanisha. This is my first YouTube video. I've been meaning to make this YouTube video forever, but I'm just now getting around to it. It's something that I wish that I would have known going into being a whole military spouse, Navy wife. All right, what to expect. This is a video I feel like it's just, I'm gonna try to go quickly and just inform you guys on everything you should know, what to be on the lookout for, because when they leave, it's like you're in the dark, and this is very helpful. So I was like, yeah, I gotta do this. Okay, starting off with him leaving. So that day, you know, they get the official sworn in. I'm messing up all my words because I'm trying to rush. But so they get officially sworn in. After that ceremony, then they let you hug them and say goodbye. They give you about 5 minutes to do that. After that, you know, you say your goodbyes. It's real, you know, emotional for most, but at the same time, it's not like the official goodbye because they still get to have their phones and everything like that. And they get taken to the airport. They get on the flight to Chicago to the training facility, and you'll still hear from your significant other or loved one even after, you know, they're sworn in and you say goodbye and you have to leave. So when they get to the airport, they're allowed to eat. Well, when they get to the airport in Chicago, they're allowed to eat, and then they check in. Now, once they check in with their sergeant or whoever that is going to be taking them to the training facility, then they get their phones taken away and all that, and you won't hear from them. So late that night, it'll be a late night phone call. They'll call you, and it's only like really seconds. They're gonna say, you won't hear from me basically until about 3 weeks. I'm here and I love you. Or they can, you know, specialize it to their liking, but basically they're gonna say, I love you, I'll talk to you whenever I'm out. That phone call is a little, you know, emotional because they'll cut you off. They're like, hang up, because I think it's somebody over them, and they like hang up the phone for them. So after that point, they tell you that they're gonna send you their belongings back in a box, and that box came very quickly. Like literally, he left on a Monday. That box came within that week. So you can expect to have their box with their cell phone and all that stuff back to you pretty quickly. So yeah, after that phone call, they say they're gonna call you in 3 weeks, but I did not hear from my husband until like 4 or 5 weeks. You can't take what they say verbatim because you don't know what's going on at all. Like I said, the box came back quick, and they are gonna send a form letter. The letter is gonna have their address where you can write them and everything like that, but you can't send them anything until you get that form letter. I didn't get his form letter until like a month in, and I felt like everybody else was getting letters and stuff, but literally I didn't get that letter, his form letter, until like 4 weeks in, which was like a month without hearing anything, because I kind of got communication all at once, like the phone call and all his letters. I did get a phone call around the end of the first week, or kind of in the second week. It said that he had switched divisions, and he told me his new division number and all that. So let me tell you. So what's gonna really help you is with that division thing is the Facebook page. It's the Recruit Training Command. And they'll post pictures of divisions and stuff like that. They'll keep you informed on what's going on down there, graduations. I'll put that in the bottom. That page, that Facebook page is really helpful, so like it and follow it. And also another page that was very helpful for me was Navy for Moms, or Moms for Navy. I can't remember, but I'll put it down at the bottom too. It was very helpful. I'm not a mom, but you know, half of the people, it wasn't moms, it was just, you know, moms and loved ones, but it's just called that. So they were very informative, because like people in their division would, you know, say, you know, look, I heard back from him this day, or expect a phone call this day. So it was kind of cool to have somebody else going through what you're going through, and y'all can all kind of communicate and keep up with each other. What the freak is going on? Okay, it's just puffing out air. I'm sorry, y'all. This smoke thing, it's not really smoke, it's just a fragrance thing. Okay, where was I? All right, so yeah, like that page or whatever. Like I said, I heard back from him. I got like 5 or 6 letters all at one time, and it had been exactly a month. It had been 4 weeks. He did call me when I said to tell me he switched divisions, but he couldn't talk. I got that phone call around that 6th week. I had to be like 5 or 6 weeks. It wasn't 3. He did get set back because he got sick. And then also he had to get a wisdom tooth removed. So depending on what goes on, they can get set back, change divisions or whatever like that. A lot of times when they first get there, it's so cold in Chicago, and they give them all these shots and stuff, and a lot of people get sick. So if you're, just expect your loved one to get sick, because they're gonna get sick, and a lot of times it can set them back a week or 2 or whatever. So, like I said, I heard from him and I got the letters. I got that form letter, like I said, maybe like 6 weeks out also. And it had like his division, his address, and everything like that. And at that time, like I had just got all his letters at once. So we were able to communicate. Once you're able to start communicating with them, after you go those 3-4 weeks without hearing, like I said, I went 4 to 5 weeks without hearing from my significant other. That's like the in the dark phase. But once they're able to send letters and stuff like that, it kind of makes it a lot better, because you're in the know, and then they call you and they get to talk to you for a long time. Like we would talk for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, every time he would call. And he got maybe 3 phone calls while he was there, and he was there for 2 months or 2 months and a couple weeks, because he got set back. He left in March, on March the 11th, and he graduated on May the 20 something. I don't know, I gotta remember. I'll post a picture of his graduation at the end. So yeah, something I was about to tell y'all about the letters and stuff. Get the app Sandboxx. I'll put that below also. That helps you get to your recruit faster. I don't know if they're stationed in Chicago, but like you can literally write them the whole letter on your phone, and then the people in Sandboxx will print it off and send it to them. You can even attach pictures to it. I started doing that. It made it a lot easier than me writing and then having to go get a stamp, put it in the mailbox and wait for them. Sandboxx did it all. So that's a very helpful thing. So, you know, like I said, after, that's pretty much smooth sailing. So after they start being able to communicate, they'll call you a week. Well, they'll call you like a couple of days before, and they'll tell you, you know, I passed battle stations and I'll be graduating on Friday. Graduations are always on Friday. On their 8th week or so. They're there for, you know, 8 weeks or whatever. And if not, then they'll be like, you know, I'm gonna be here another couple weeks or whatever. So when you get that call, you know, you can book your flight, go out there for the graduation. I don't know if you guys want me to go into details about graduation. You know, I can if you want me to. Just let me know. But I'm gonna keep going, because I'm just telling you about stuff that you just don't know about when you're what to expect. So anyways, moving on to past graduation to A school. After graduation, they go immediately to where they're going to be doing their schooling for their job in the Navy. My husband went to Mississippi. So we got to spend that afternoon with him. They had to be back on campus by like 10 after graduation. So we drop them off and they take them to the airport and they ship them out wherever they're going. Like, you don't get a lot of time. So A school. A school was cool. It's just like he was at college. They have their rules, but they have their phones so they can talk to you. You're not in the dark about anything. I do recommend in A school, you can even go visit them. They have different phases, like phase 1, they're not allowed to have, you know, guests or anything. Then once they get phased up, like phase 2, after they've been there so long, then they can leave out and go explore town or whatever. Then phase 3, they can stay out overnight away on the weekends. So it's pretty much, you know, like I said, college rules. You have different levels, and they can talk to you because they have their phones. So they're just, you know, basically in school learning about their jobs. But I do recommend while they're in A school, make sure that, you know, your husband or your significant other or wife or whoever is on top of everything as far as when they're going to be stationed and where they're going to be stationed, and keeping good contact with their sponsor, because my husband didn't hear from his sponsor for a while. And we kind of got screwed because we didn't have housing or anything like applied for. Make sure your husband applies for housing while he's in A school. Get with his sponsor about all that, because you don't want to have them get to their station and then you have to get on the waiting list and then all that. Like, it was rough because I was 6 months pregnant when my husband left, and he had just graduated A school like 2 days before I had my baby. So he made it in time to see the birth of our baby, and then he got to stay for like 2 weeks, and then he shipped off to A school. So yeah, I really couldn't do a lot as far as like going right away with him to his station because I had a newborn. So and anyways, we didn't have a house or anything because we didn't apply for anything. And also, something with A school, I'm all over the place, but you know, at the end of this video, you can comment and all this, ask me anything that I bounced around and didn't get to. Just ask me and I can answer it for you. But while they're in A school, before they even, you know, before he came home, they had his plane ticket going straight to his duty station. They give them like 10 days or so to go home and, you know, be with family before they have to ship out to their station. But they already make the plane tickets to their station area. So they had my husband's plane ticket going to California, and he had to pay to get it rerouted to South Carolina so he could spend his 10 days or whatever at home bonding with family. So make sure that your spouse knows where that plane ticket is going ahead of time, so that they don't have to end up paying money to get it rerouted, because 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be going to their duty station. So that's a heads up. So I feel like I'm all over the place. Yeah. Make sure that you apply for housing before, because like I said, my husband got there and then he met his sponsor, and then the sponsor drove him around. We were able to get on the housing list, and we were like number 60 something. So it took like 3 months for us to secure a house. And I lived in South Carolina this whole time, and we're actually gonna drive back to California in a few weeks. My husband just came back. He was able to take maternity leave, and yeah, we're gonna drive back to California because they do not pay to get your car shipped out there. So you have to do what you gotta do. Pay for it or drive it out there, and they will reimburse you for driving though. So gas receipts, hotel receipts, all that. I don't know. So like I said, A school was pretty much a breeze. They get to communicate with you. The only thing is, like I said, they're gonna give you that phone call after they leave from after they get sworn in to go to basic, and they'll give you that phone call. You won't hear from them for about 3 to 4 weeks. You'll get that box with their belongings within that week, and you'll get their address within, you know, that month. They'll be able to write you, and they'll be able to call you after 3 to 4 weeks. But they keep them so busy, it's like ridiculous. Just prepare for them to be sick, prepare for them to be tired, and preparing to not hear from them for a while when they first leave for basic. And like I said, A school is like college. They have their phones. You can talk to them. You can go visit them once they're phased up. Just make sure that before they leave A school that you have applied for housing for your next duty station and that you have your plane ticket routed to the right place. Anything else, just ask me. I'll probably do another video about the station or something. I don't know. I'll do another video because I feel like this video is all over the place, but I'll do it based upon whatever you guys ask me. But yeah, and I'll put some pictures of graduation and the first letters I received and all that at the end, maybe. Or yeah, I'll put it at the end. So this is my video. I gotta head out because I'm late to a function. But comment, ask me any questions. I'm here to help because I wish I had somebody to just be like, okay, what do I expect? Because you're literally in the dark when they leave for boot camp, and that's how you feel. But you know, people have been through it, so that's what people go through things so that they can help others through things. So like I said, I'm out. I'm Quanisha, and comment, ask me questions at the bottom. I'll put the links at the bottom, like for the helpful sites and all that, and the Facebook page, and I'm out.